Good morning. It's Sunday, April 12th, 2026, and it rained quite a bit last night, which it hasn't done in a long time, at least not a real good rain. And so I thought this was a good morning to do a little video of my garden. So I'm going to start over here, and I know my garden is very unconventional, very unusual, but I do what works. So over here I have acorn squash. And only 3 plants came up out of the 6 that I planted. Like, those just did not grow. But there's 3 acorn squash plants. They're growing pretty good. And over here is my box where I just throw junk in, like leftover food and stuff, spoiled food. And some stuff is growing in there. I'm not sure what it is, but we'll find out soon. I got basil in this small box right here. And I got some kale and a zinnia growing right there. And then a bunch of morning glories that just volunteered. Good God, I had so many volunteer morning glories come up everywhere. I've had to pull them, and I just toss them all over there in the grass because they just grow like crazy. But got some more kale and some spinach, little itty bitty spinach plants. I think those are spinach anyway. They might be some kind of peppers actually. I really don't know because they're just so tiny. We'll find out soon. This is a butternut squash, and there's a little butternut squash growing. Butternut squash! I love butternut squash. I grew, gosh, like almost a couple dozen butternut squash in the fall, and decided to back off from the butternut squash a bit. So I think that's the only plant that I have this time. And I also have a bunch of zucchini, and there's a whole bunch of zucchini growing in here. There's a beautiful zucchini and some other little ones. Lots of zucchini growing here. And this one just hasn't grown as fast. I got some spinach thrown in here and some more kale over here. So it's just kind of, there's more kale there. Oh yeah, and I have some watermelon plants, which I might have to transplant those somewhere else because I don't know if they're going to grow well in the shade of the zucchini. But yeah, I've got watermelon plants growing. Lots of flowers, wildflowers. I have a blackberry bush right here, and then amongst all the wildflowers over here, I have a blueberry bush that's teeny tiny and has not done well, but it's surviving. So we'll see if it eventually grows. And then my fig tree right there. So yeah, lots of wildflowers, zinnias. Zinnias just pop up everywhere. Good God, they go crazy. So my zinnia is so pretty. I love zinnias, but boy, I've had to pull a lot of those too because they just grow all over the place. So I've got corn. I've got corn all over the place here. Some of it's taller than the others because some of the seeds, the corn seeds I originally planted, did not grow at all. And so, a couple weeks, after waiting a couple weeks and not seeing anything pop up, I planted a second batch in the spots where none grew. And so I've got some that are, a couple weeks behind the taller stalks. So, and that'll be good for harvesting. You don't have to harvest them all at once. This is a cucumber plant, I believe. Can't really see the cucumbers on this one, but over here, this is another cucumber plant right here, teeny tiny. It's just struggling to grow. I don't know what's going on with that, but this one has really taken off, and I can actually see some little cucumbers under there. Whee! So we got cucumbers growing, more corn, another cucumber plant that's just, that's doing better than the little bitty one. But and then some peppers thrown in. I know there's some peppers throughout here. There's peppers. I'm not sure what kind of peppers because I planted a bunch of different kinds of peppers, but I don't know what all is growing. Now, there was a random radish that ended up over here. I don't know how. A seed must have just blown over here. I don't know, but most of my radishes are over here. So I got some good sized, some tiny ones and some really big ones. I've already harvested some, had them in salads. Well, that's a big one. In fact, I really need to get these harvested. And then I've got some carrots, and I'm not sure what. These kind of look like acorn squash. I'm not sure. Some random squash I think. But I've got carrots, a whole row of carrots here. And I've got onions, I believe. These are little itty bitty leaves of onions, but I'm not sure why those aren't growing more. I've never grown onions before from a seed, so this is an experiment. We'll see how it works out. But this onion right here, I just planted, like I used most of the onion and I just stuck it in the ground and it seems to be growing. So we'll see what happens with that. The morning glories are just blooming beautifully. I mean, there's not a whole lot of flowers yet, but they're starting to bloom and it's just, oh, they're so gorgeous. All right, so we've got some other kind of squash over here. I think this is acorn squash too, but I'm not sure. And then of course marigolds. I gotta throw some marigolds in every once in a while, just to attract more insects, good insects, pollinators. And then there's another squash, I think maybe acorn squash too. Tons of spinach and arugula. So this is my arugula, my spinach. Lots of arugula and spinach, and then more corn in this row. So I've got, I don't think there's one growing there, but there. Lots of corn and that. There's peppers thrown in every once in a while. So there's peppers. There's some peppers. I'm not sure what kind of peppers they are, but we'll find out. Zinnias growing just all over the place. And more squash, and I'm not sure what kind of squash this is. I haven't looked real closely. Oh, it looks like butternut squash. Butternut squash. Okay. So, and then more corn over here, and another kind of, I think this might actually be pumpkin, but I'm not sure. I think I planted a pumpkin somewhere. I'm pretty sure it was right here. So, we'll find out. Yeah, so that's this portion of the garden.